Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the critical understanding of the difference between knowledge and skill, knowledge and information, teaching and training, reason and belief. First of all, I would like to thank my guide teacher R. Ratnakar Reddy for giving me this opportunity. Knowledge. Let us study about knowledge. Knowledge. Knowledge is a familiarity, awareness, or understanding of someone or something, such as facts, skills, or objects. By most accounts, knowledge can be acquired in many different ways and from many sources, including but not limited to perception, reason, memory, testimony, scientific inquiry, education, and practice. Practice. The term knowledge can refer to theoretical or practical understanding of a subject. It can be an implicit or explicit, formal or informal, systematic or particular. The philosophical study of knowledge is called epistemology. The philosopher Plato defined knowledge as justified true belief. According to Bloom's taxonomy, education engages with three domains of knowledge. The first one we have is cognitive domain, which is concerned with what students know and understand. The second one is affective domain, which is concerned with the development of attitudes and feelings. And the third one is psychomotor domain, which focuses on the development of physical skill and is concerned with the students knowing how to perform a task. Knowledge is the recall of specifics, methods, and processes, recall of a pattern, structure, or setting. It generally includes the following: knowledge of terminology, knowledge of facts, knowledge of conventions, knowledge of trends and sequences, knowledge of classification and categories, knowledge of methodology, knowledge of universals and abstractions, knowledge of principles and generalizations, knowledge of theory and structure. Now let us study about skill. Skill. A skill is a specific behavior or activity which requires doing a particular work or task. The performance of the concerned activity is automatically improved through its learning and practice. Skill training provides sufficient instructional experiences. Stress is on development, improvement, and refinement of tools that manipulate the content. The various skills that are expected to be developed through teaching are general skills like reading and writing, communication skills like speaking, listening, and dramatization, social skills like working in groups, we feeling, cooperation, respect for others, emotional stability, etc. Library skills like searching for and knowing the references and books, mathematics skills like dealing with the symbols, tables, approximately, calculating accurately, etc. Aesthetic skills like preparing charts, models, diagrams, and artistic sensitivity. Abstract skills like ability to recognize and classify things and to distinguish between relevant and irrelevant variables. Laboratory skills like setting up apparatus, making observations, improvising apparatus, handling apparatus, recording observations, tabulation of results, etc. Now let us study about information. Information. Information can be thought of as the resolution of uncertainty. It answers the question of what an entity is and thus defines both its essence and the nature of its characteristics. The concept of information has different meanings in different contexts. Thus, the concept becomes synonymous to notions of constraint, communication, control, data, form, education, knowledge, meaning, understanding, mental stimuli, pattern, perception, preposition, representation, and entropy. Information is usually associated with data. Information can be transmitted in time via data storage and space via communication and telecommunication. Information is expressed either as the content of a message or through direct or indirect observation. Information can be encoded into various forms for transmission and interpretation. For example, information may be encoded into a sequence of signs or transmitted via a signal. It can also be encrypted for safe storage and communication. Now let us study about teaching. Teaching. Teaching is the process of attending to people's needs, experiences, and feelings and intervening so that they learn particular things and go beyond the given. According to Clark, teaching refers to activities that are designed and performed to produce change in student behavior. And according to Smith, teaching is a system of goal-directed actions which comprises the controllable and uncontrollable set of factors. The interventions that commonly take the form of questioning, listening, giving information, explaining some phenomenon, demonstrating a skill or process, testing understanding and capacity, and facilitating learning activities such as note taking, discussion, assignment, writing, simulations, and practice. Now let us study about training. Training. Training constitutes a basic concept in human resource development. It is concerned with developing a particular skill to a desired standard by instruction and practice in which a substantial body of theoretical learning is involved as well as practical skills. Training is a highly useful tool that can bring an individual into a position where they can do their job correctly, effectively, and conscientiously. Training is the act of increasing the knowledge and skill of an employee for doing a particular job. Now let us study about reason. Reason. Reason is the capacity of consciously applying logic to seek truth and draw conclusions from new or existing information. It is closely associated with such characteristically human activities as philosophy, science, language, mathematics, and art, and is normally considered to be a distinguished ability processed by humans. Reasoning is associated with the acts of thinking and cognition, and generally involves using one's own intellect. The field of logic studies the ways in which humans can use formal reasoning to produce logically valid arguments. Reasoning may be subdivided into forms of logical reasoning such as deductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning is a logical process in which a conclusion is based on the concordance of multiple premises that are generally assumed to be true. Deductive reasoning referred to as top-down logic. Deductive reasoning proceeds from unknown thing to known thing based on repeated and several known examples. Unknown thing is proved to be right if at all. The second one we have is inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is a logical process in which multiple premises, all believed true or found true most of the time, are combined to obtain a specific conclusion. Inductive reasoning is often used in applications that involve prediction and forecasting. The inductive reasoning proceeds from known thing to unknown thing. The third one we have is analogy reasoning. Analogy is an inference or an argument from one particular to another particular as opposed to deduction and induction, where at least one of the premises or conclusion is general. Next we study about belief. Belief. A belief is an attitude that something is the case or that some proposition about the world is true. In epistemology, philosophers use the term belief to refer to attitudes about the world which can be either true or false. Belief does not require active introspection or circumspection. That is all about today's topic, my friends. Once again, I thank my guide teacher Ratnakar Reddy Garu for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, one and all.